this week's TDA. Facts always come with a lot of implicit information. Identify and analyze the implications of 3 facts from 3 Cheers for the Nanny State. Use evidence from the text, right? So we went over implicit and explicit this week, and I saw a lot of good stuff in essays, a lot of promising work, but there's some easy stuff we gotta remember to take care of. So look at this topic sentence here. A quote from 3 Cheers is identified number of areas in which we dependably fail. So I know what they're driving at here, but that's because I read the article. When you write an essay, you need to assume that whoever's reading what you're writing hasn't read what you've read. In other words, be clear when you're presenting information. So a quote, well, the prompt's not asking for quotes. The prompt is asking for facts, and it's asking about the information that comes attached to every fact. So please make sure that you are always responding to the prompt. Similar to the other one, but looking at tone and attitude, is a writer's tone or attitude can significantly inform their nonfiction. Analyze word choice in 3 Cheers for the Nanny State. And there's some great stuff that this writer did here. They use the reaction was intense, largely negative, right? So a positive connotation, this was through the soda ban, a positive connotation in paragraph 3 was restrictions. Now you can just show that you're really focusing on one word in particular by just putting it in quotes since it's coming from the story itself. That's a nice thing to do, to use little quotes to show how keyed into the text you are. The word restrictions, which they did there, was excellent, was placed positive in there, or had a positive connotation in there, because the author was describing how they needed to restrict some foods and drinks because of diabetes. Now, they don't mention diabetes particularly, they talk about saving the city money, but this person was listening closely during class the day we were talking about type 2 diabetes. And they go out of their way to talk about what was mentioned in class. What would be good, though, would be to focus more on what the article is actually saying. It's nice that certain things come through in class, but it's more important that what is written reflects what the prompt is asking for, which is why the writer would choose a particular word. So all of this could probably just be gotten rid of, even though it's nice to see, but we really want to focus on what they're asking us to, which is on word choice. This writer was also looking for facts and what the facts imply in the article. One thing I liked is that they did circle the first sentence in their body paragraphs, and they were asked to circle those topic sentences. Let's take a look at these topic sentences real quick. 3 Cheers for the Nanny State are rough right now. New York City is trying to make new laws and trying to ban soda. That's context. That's not talking about facts or implications. Same here. The people in New York fear that this is just the beginning of it. Well, that is an idea from the text, but that's not what it's asking for. The prompt is asking for what is the fact and what's the implication. That is what the prompt needs. So we always need to make sure. It's nice that we can find excellent quotes and stuff like that. However, it's more important that we answer the prompt and do what the prompt is asking us to do. This student kind of focused on their own thing. Please, once again, do not focus on your own thing. I love these pictures. These pictures are lovely. This one really frames the ideas in the article quite well. 3 Cheers for the Nanny State. I like this idea here. So the context is here, but it seems like there hasn't been much attention paid to what it's asking, which is what are the facts and what are the implications. This one's a little more like another fact that was in the passage was Americans, even though they generally support government intervention in their daily lives, have to have reflexive response to being told what to do. In this case, that means that even if they support the law, they won't agree with it, right? That's very on point. But if they could talk about, all right, the implication of this fact, what's being implied, right? It's telling us what it says, but they don't follow up with the full explanation. And that's why it's so important that you follow what the rubric is telling you to do, because you might even have what seems like an answer already set up and ready to go. But of course, focusing more while you take the test would help too, instead of just stopping. It looks like the writer got kidnapped in the middle of this. So like, you want to try to finish your thought as well. All right, good work.